Ooh, spooky music. Okay, so content warning. This is for all of you. This is a horror game. It's not intended for all audiences. Please visit the website if you need a full list of the content warnings. Aka, trigger warning. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effects that on rare occasions can cause motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. On our first stream, I put a poll up to see if we should turn those off, and the decision was no, we're not going to turn those off. So those are a content warning for y'all. Just to make sure we're all on the same page. Let's go. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There's only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This, the love story. Look how sad she is, all chained up. My question is, what was chained up next to her? Like, was there something else there? Did it escape? Is there a reason the chain is broken? I have so many questions. Okay, last time we played was Wednesday, July 31st. So that's where we're going to continue. And it looks like we're continuing from the beginning again this time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I'm just doing this as a quick refresher. How could a princess locked away in a basement in the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Anybody else feel like we're being manipulated? Have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Appealing to the hero's arc in storytelling. You started the adventure. You need to end the adventure. I see. Have you considered maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
That egg be hatched, yo. Okay, so this guy wants me to slay the princess, and he's not really going into why other than if I don't, the world will end. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, this guy is anti-monarchy. That's something new that we didn't know before. Can't someone else do it?
If only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
I don't know that you don't actually make the rules.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Why is that?
Like I said, I don't make the rules. no matter how much I wish I did. Are you
Yeah, I'm not doing
serious?
this.
No, you have to do it.
Do it.
Right? Who does make the rules, Rise? You're right. Who is it? If not him, then who?
I think you're possessed, or you're dead.
I love that. The lady that's speaking there is my friend Shug Mommy, so I'm gonna shout her out. No, I have to do it. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I wouldn't say no one.
I mean, maybe some people do, like
Okay.
nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I don't know. I might be a little bit of a nihilist. I know the world as it is needs to change radically, but I'm not gonna get into politics. Okay, do I get some sort of reward for this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh. Cash on delivery kind of situation. Do I have to bring back proof? Can you tell me what my prize is for going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Now you're tempting me with the sin of greed. Look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her. If she's bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
So snarky.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
We take it with us?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take or no, we've got to decide. Take or no. Take or no. Take or no, we've got to decide. Take or no. Take. Okay, so we're gonna take the knife. That. Okay, so we took the blade. Let's see what happens now. Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Who's there? She sounds all seductive this time.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't let her fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. As in, who's manipulating who? I wonder. Let's see, what should we say?
Oh, it's
Just
been so
checking
long
in on
since
you.
anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
We took the knife, so...
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Are you trying to...
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm just gonna go for it.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down
Oh,
to see
shit.
your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm just gonna walk away. Oh! It's not even letting me pick anything else. See that? Oh, dang. Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
Over.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Oh, dude.
What happened?
What happened, indeed?
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Should we be pissed? Or be like, I was kind of hoping that, this is my prize, this sucks.
What's done is done, and there's no going back now. I'm sorry you don't like your reward, but maybe you'll learn to appreciate it in time. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
I don't want to trust you. I don't trust you.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here? Yes.
I do. But you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Oh no! Oh no!
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
He's right. It's the only way out.
Oh my.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
How is this wonderful? It's a fucking one-room cabin floating in the middle of nothingness. Like, how am I alive? Like, there's no food. Like, what?
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Don't I dare? Why?
How astute.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
How can this be happy? Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you.
I made this happy little place for you. Is
It's
this not a
not a
good
happy
enough
place.
reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Oh, wow. She's actually dead.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end.
Oh.
Nice knowing you.
Chapter 2? So not the end.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I killed myself. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
You don't have to be jerk.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Heck.
Those are two very different questions, but
Okay.
fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I didn't listen to you. You're right. Because you didn't want me to unalive, but I unalived.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too.
Yeah.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
See, then he says stuff like that, and it makes me think that he knows what happened last time. Because why would he be like saying things about consequences of our actions last time if he doesn't think there was a last time.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Second one.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
It doesn't matter because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Oh.
Just stay focused, will you?
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Who locked her?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Just a
Don't
path in the
overcomplicate
woods.
Things.
Last round I stabbed her in the heart. She died. How could someone like that in the world?
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Why would I trust you? If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was
That's
gone.
a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
Happy ending? His idea of a happy ending is not my idea of a happy ending.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of.
Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits. Look, I'm not supposed to say this.
Oh, the
but
special thing.
It's because you're special.
We're special.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
I don't believe you.
I didn't know we were special.
Of course we're special.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Why is heel capitalized here? And he, like as if he is he God?
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I'm leaving.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
What? Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
She won't be a problem.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
What about the mirror, man?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's all old and decrepit because I was gone for so long in the void.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Well, cabin is different. from
Very
the time.
different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
What? Do you have a bet going or something?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a
Yeah.
mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin
Oh.
wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Oh yeah, we're like some kind of Birdman.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
We take it. I'ma take it. But wait, if we believe the voice of the cold, that she's already dead, then we don't need a knife. I'm just gonna go.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
He always says that, doing her a favor.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Did we perma-kill her?
Okay, she's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you.
Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
What?
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this
Is it a
isn't right.
ghost?
What's going on here?
Ghost!